My name is Brady Kirkman, Executive Director of Marketing and Business Development here at Windermere Health, and we're back with The Pulse. Today we have Terri Elder. Hello, Terri. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Excellent. Well, I appreciate you coming on The Pulse today to share a little bit with the audience. This month is Occupational Therapy Month. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And we want to take a moment to kind of really talk about you two occupational therapists, kind of what their roles are, and first and foremost, how grateful we are to have them part of our team here.
We are very grateful to have two wonderful occupational therapists on our team. Nicole Salmons, she's been with us for quite some time. She was actually a contract therapist with us prior to becoming on full-time. Sarah Smith is also an occupational therapist with us. She's been here for a couple of years.
Excellent. Well, I think there's always the question is, what is really the difference between physical therapy and occupational therapy? Share with the audience a little bit on that.
The main difference in a very, very general aspect is that OTs work with upper extremities and PTs work with the rest of the body. But in a little bit more specific, OTs really work on regaining, developing, improving skills of daily living. Whether that be improving range of motion and strength, developing motor skills for children, or adapting certain activities, dressing, that kind of thing, for people to maintain independence within their home.
So talking about that, what age group would they generally see?
We see anywhere from kids to elderly population. We have Nicole Salmons is sensory integration certified, and Sarah actually trained under Nicole. So they both see children with sensory integration processing issues, motor planning, but we also see older individuals for driving evaluations or, again, regaining some of those skills, maybe post-stroke.
So tell us a little bit, how does that process determine if they're a PT patient or they're an OT patient?
Generally speaking, we get a referral from the physician. Sometimes we have to ask them to change a PT order to an OT order, specifically for shoulder patients, post-surgical or some type of orthopedic injury. Those individuals can be seen by PT or OT. Anything elbow, wrist, and hand is all OT.
Okay, well, that's good to know. That helps clarify some things. What do these two individuals really mean to you and your department?
They've really been a great asset to our department. As stated earlier, with them being allowed to see shoulders, it does free up some of the PTs as well, so those patients can get in as soon as possible. They bring a wealth of knowledge for all ages. They've really just been a tremendous asset to our department.
And with you overseeing the department, obviously I'm sure you hear comments, just in a few words, what would you say, some of the comments that you hear about some of their services that patients say about them?
They're very caring. We get lots of individual comments on our surveys about how very knowledgeable and caring. They listen. They're very willing to do what the patients need to get better. Excellent.
If they need to get a hold of an OT, occupational therapist, how can they reach them?
They just call our direct line, 507-831-0634.
That's excellent. If you see them out in the community or here in the hospital, we ask you just to give them a note of recognition or put in a comment on this Facebook post as well. Their work here is important, and we're very, very appreciative and lucky to have them. Thank you for joining us today on The Pulse. We'll see you next time.